For centuries, the truth about chosen ones has been shrouded in secrecy, buried under layers of misinformation and societal conditioning. Those who hold power have always feared what would happen if the awakened truly understood their purpose. You've likely felt it, an inner knowing that you are different, that your existence carries a deeper meaning. But have you ever wondered why the world seems to work against you at times? It's because knowledge is power, and those in control do not want you to claim yours. The reason this truth is hidden is simple. Chosen ones possess an immense spiritual force that, when fully activated, disrupts the status quo. You were never meant to fit into this system. You were designed to rise above it. But in order to do so, you must first recognize the invisible chains that have bound you since birth. This isn't about conspiracy. It's about awakening to your divine identity. They want you distracted, lost in trivial pursuits, so you never question why you feel so out of place in a world that seems upside down. Throughout history, many great spiritual leaders, philosophers, and mystics have hinted at this hidden power. Whether it's ancient teachings, religious scriptures, or esoteric knowledge, the message is always the same. There is something beyond what meets the eye, and those who seek will find it. But the search requires courage, because once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. And once you step into your power, there's no going back. Are you truly ready for this knowledge? This is why you're here. You were led to this message for a reason. The universe aligns information with those who are prepared to receive it. Pay attention to the synchronicities in your life, the repeated numbers, the dreams, the deep sense that something big is happening within you. These are not coincidences. It's confirmation that you are waking up. Comment below if you've been experiencing these signs. Let's uncover this truth together. From a young age, you were taught to follow the rules, conform to expectations, and suppress the very things that make you unique. Society has programmed you to doubt yourself, to believe that your sensitivity, intuition, and inner knowing are just imagination. But deep down, you've always sensed that something wasn't right. That feeling isn't paranoia. It's your soul recognizing the illusion. The world operates in a way that rewards compliance and punishes those who dare to question. Have you ever noticed how people seem uncomfortable around you, even when you haven't done anything wrong? It's because your energy is different. You don't just go along with what you're told. You analyze, you question, you seek truth. This makes you a threat. And when someone is a threat to the system finds ways to suppress them. This is why many chosen ones go through intense hardships. You may feel misunderstood, abandoned, or even attacked by people who claim to care about you. But understand this: the resistance you face is proof of your power. Darkness doesn't try to destroy what isn't a threat. If you feel like you've been under spiritual attack, it's because you're getting closer to your breakthrough. The more you awaken, the more resistance you face. But that resistance is also an initiation. It's forcing you to become stronger. The world may try to silence you, but the truth is written in your soul. No one can take away what you know. Have you ever felt like you were being tested? Like every time you try to step into your purpose, something tries to pull you back. That's because you're in spiritual warfare. But here's the secret: you were built for this. The light within you is more powerful than anything that opposes you. Keep going, keep awakening, keep shining. Have you ever wondered why the world feels like a constant battle between truth and deception? From the moment you were born, you were placed into a system designed to mold your mind, shape your beliefs, and dictate what you should desire. The education system doesn't teach you how to think. It teaches you what to think. The media doesn't inform you. It programs you. And society doesn't encourage you to find your purpose. It pressures you to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. This is not an accident. It's by design. The distractions are endless. Social media feeds filled with negativity, news designed to keep you in fear, consumer culture telling you that you're not enough unless you buy more. Have you ever noticed that the more you try to focus on your spiritual growth, the more distractions seem to arise? That's because the system thrives on keeping you asleep. If you were to fully wake up to your power, you would no longer be controlled by fear, lack, or external validation. You would realize that your true purpose is not to serve this broken system, but to transcend it. This is why chosen ones often feel disconnected from the world around them. You see through the illusions that others accept as reality. You feel a deep resistance to conforming to a life that lacks meaning. And because of this, you may feel like an outsider, like no one truly understands you. But here's the truth. You are not meant to fit in. You are meant to break free. The more you embrace your uniqueness, the stronger you become. The more you reject the distractions, the clearer your purpose becomes. This is why silence, solitude, and introspection are so powerful for you. They allow you to hear the truth that the world tries to silence. Ask yourself this: how much of your life has been shaped by expectations that were never your own? How many of your fears were planted by a system that profits from your doubt? The moment you question everything is the moment you take back your power. The world may try to keep you distracted, but you hold the key to your own liberation. It's time to break free. Comment below if you've ever felt like the system was designed to suppress your awakening. Let's expose the truth together. Many people go through life thinking their struggles are purely physical: financial issues, broken relationships, health problems. But what if I told you that the real battle is unseen? Chosen ones are not just living in a physical world. They are engaged in spiritual warfare. And the reason your journey has been so difficult is because your soul is powerful beyond measure. The forces of darkness will do anything to keep you from realizing your true potential. Think about the moments in your life when you were on the verge of a breakthrough. How many times did obstacles suddenly appear, trying to pull you back into old habits, toxic relationships, or self-doubt? That was not a coincidence. The moment you start to elevate spiritually, resistance increases. It could come in the form of people trying to discourage you, negative thoughts creeping into your mind, or even physical exhaustion that seems to come out of nowhere. But you must understand this: the darkness only fights what it fears. If you are being attacked spiritually, it is because you are stepping into your divine calling. The truth is, most people are unaware of this battle because they have already been conquered. They are living in a cycle of fear, distraction, and unawareness. But you are waking up. And that alone makes you a warrior. The more you align with your purpose, the more you will see through the illusions. You will begin to recognize negative energy for what it is, an attempt to throw you off course. This is why you must protect your mind, your energy, and your spirit. Be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. Be cautious of what you consume mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. What you allow into your mind shapes your reality. If you feel like you're in a battle, it's because you are. But here's the good news. You were built for this. You are not alone, and you are not powerless. Every struggle you have faced was preparing you for this awakening. The time has come to claim your power, and stand firm in your truth. Have you ever felt like unseen forces were trying to stop you from reaching your highest potential? If so, share your experience in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to keep going. One of the hardest parts of being a chosen one is the loneliness that comes with the journey. Many of the people you once trusted will turn against you. Friends will become distant. Family members will misunderstand you. And relationships that once felt unbreakable will fall apart. This isn't because you are doing something wrong. It's because you are evolving, and not everyone is meant to go with you where you're headed. Betrayal is one of the biggest lessons chosen ones must face. People will use you, envy you, and even try to destroy your spirit. But understand this: every betrayal is a redirection. Every person who walks away is making space for someone better to enter your life. The universe is not punishing you, it is protecting you. Those who cannot match your frequency will fall away because they are not aligned with your destiny. And while this process is painful, it is necessary. You are being prepared for something greater. The loneliness you feel is not a curse. It is an initiation. It is in the moments of solitude that you discover who you truly are. When the world around you feels empty, it is because you are being called to fill that space with something deeper. This is why so many chosen ones are drawn to spirituality, meditation, and self-reflection. You are being guided inward because the answers you seek are not outside of you. They are within you. The world may reject you, but your soul knows the truth. You were never meant to be accepted by the masses. You are meant to lead them. If you are feeling isolated, know that you are not alone. There are others out there who understand your journey. And even though you may not have found your soul tribe yet, they are searching for you just as you are searching for them. Stay patient, keep growing, and never dim your light to make others comfortable. Have you experienced deep loneliness or betrayal on your journey? Share your story in the comments. Your voice matters. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift, as if people could sense something about you that they couldn't quite explain? Have you noticed how some people seem uneasy around you, even if you've never done anything to them? This isn't your imagination. This is energy. As a chosen one, your very presence disrupts the atmosphere. You carry a frequency that is higher than the norm, and those who operate in lower vibrations can feel it. Without even speaking a word, your energy commands attention. Some will be drawn to it, while others will be repelled by it. This is why you've encountered people who dislike you for no reason. They might mask it with fake smiles or forced politeness, but deep down, they sense that you are different. And because they don't understand your energy, they fear it. The world has conditioned people to follow the majority, to blend in, to seek approval. But you were never designed to fit into their expectations. You don't play by the unspoken rules of societal programming. You think for yourself. You question everything, and that alone makes you dangerous in their eyes. The truth is, many people live in a constant state of avoidance. They don't want to face their own shadows, their own insecurities, or their own lack of authenticity. But when they encounter a chosen one, someone who radiates truth and authenticity, it forces them to confront what they've been running from. This is why people either deeply admire you or deeply resent you. There is rarely an in-between. Your existence alone exposes their fears, and instead of facing them, they project them onto you. But here's what you must understand. Their reactions are not your burden to carry. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. You are not responsible for how others perceive you. You are only responsible for staying true to your path. Keep shining, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Because in the end, those who are meant to align with you will recognize your light, and those who can't handle it will remove themselves from your journey. Have you ever felt like people were intimidated by you without reason? Share your experience in the comments. I guarantee you are not alone in this. Growth is painful. Evolution is uncomfortable. And when you are a chosen one, your spiritual awakening is not a gentle process. It is a complete transformation. The person you once were is no longer who you are becoming. And that transition, it can feel like tearing away from everything you once knew. You may feel like you're losing friends, losing interest in things that once excited you, or even questioning your own identity. This is because you are shedding layers that no longer serve you. You are stepping into your higher self, and with that comes necessary endings. But here's what makes this process even more difficult. The world doesn't prepare you for this kind of change. Society encourages surface-level growth, career advancements, financial success, or external achievements. But when it comes to internal growth, when you start evolving spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, the world doesn't celebrate that. Instead, people around you may start feeling uncomfortable with your transformation. Some will question why you've changed. Others will try to pull you back into your old ways. And some will walk away entirely because they can no longer relate to the person you are becoming. It's easy to feel guilty during this process, to wonder if you're the problem. But let me tell you this: you are not the problem. You are the solution. You were never meant to stay stagnant. You were never meant to live in the same mindset forever. Growth is the whole purpose of your existence. And if people choose to leave because they can't handle your transformation, let them go. Their chapter in your story is complete. Don't hold on to relationships, habits, or mindsets that were only meant for the older version of you. The hardest part of growth is the solitude it brings. But that solitude is not a punishment. It is preparation. You are making space for something greater. New connections, new opportunities, new levels of wisdom are on their way to you. Trust the process. Trust that what is meant for you will always align with you at the right time. Have you experienced a season where you felt like you were outgrowing everything? If so, share your journey in the comments. You never know who you might inspire. One of the most underestimated forms of power is the ability to walk away. In a world that glorifies reacting, proving a point, or winning arguments, the real strength lies in knowing when to remove your energy from situations that no longer serve you. But this is easier said than done, especially when you have a deep heart and a strong sense of loyalty. As a chosen one, you care deeply. You love deeply. And because of that, it can be painful to walk away from people, places, or situations that you once cherished. But here's what you need to understand. Your energy is sacred. Not everyone deserves access to it. Not every battle is worth fighting. Some people are not meant to understand you, and some situations are not meant to be resolved. The moment you master the art of letting go, you step into a new level of power. You no longer waste energy trying to convince people of your worth. You no longer exhaust yourself proving your truth. You simply exist in your authenticity, knowing that those who are meant for you will align effortlessly. There will be times when walking away feels like the hardest thing to do. Maybe it's a toxic relationship that keeps pulling you back. Maybe it's a job that drains your spirit. Maybe it's a friendship that no longer aligns with your growth. Whatever it is, remind yourself, growth requires release. Every time you walk away from something that depletes you, you walk toward something that nourishes you. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. The universe does not take from you without giving you something better in return. The question is, do you trust the process? Do you trust that what is leaving your life is creating space for something greater? If you've ever struggled with letting go, know that you are not alone. Share your experience in the comments. How did walking away from something change your life for the better? Your story might give someone else the courage to do the same. Being a chosen one is not just about having a special purpose. It comes with a cost that few understand. Many people see the external manifestations of your journey, your wisdom, your resilience, your ability to navigate life with a deep sense of knowing. But what they don't see is the pain that forged that strength. They don't see the sleepless nights, the battles you had to fight alone, or the times you questioned everything. They don't see the moments when you cried out for clarity, wondering why your path had to be so different, why the world seemed to misunderstand you. This journey isn't easy. It requires you to walk through fire, to be broken down before you are rebuilt. It demands that you let go of everything that is not aligned with your higher calling. And sometimes that means losing people you love. It means standing alone when others choose comfort over truth. It means being attacked, ridiculed, and doubted because your very existence challenges the illusions that most people cling to. The reality is, when you carry divine energy, you will be targeted. The darkness recognizes your light, and it will try to dim it at every opportunity. But here's the truth that many don't realize. You were built for this. Every hardship, every betrayal, every loss was not meant to break you. It was meant to refine you. The chosen ones are not given an easy path because easy paths do not create warriors. You were given this road because only you could walk it. Only you had the strength to endure it and still rise. The fire you walked through wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to ignite you. And now, you are stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before. So when you find yourself asking, why me? Remember this, because you were meant for more. Because you have a mission that only you can fulfill. Because you are being prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. Do not let the weight of the journey make you forget the power you carry. The very fact that you are still standing, still searching for truth, still growing despite everything, that is proof of your strength. Have you ever felt like your struggles were leading you towards something greater? Share your thoughts in the comments. You are not alone in this journey. Society thrives on control. From the moment you are born, you are conditioned to follow a path that has already been laid out for you. You are told what to believe, how to behave, and what success should look like. The world teaches obedience, not awakening. But here's the thing, as a chosen one, you are never meant to be controlled. Your mind was wired differently from the beginning. You question what others blindly accept. You seek knowledge beyond what is handed to you. You have an innate ability to see through the illusions that keep others trapped. Society thrives on control. From the moment you are born, you are conditioned to follow a path that has already been laid out for you. You are told what to believe, how to behave, and what success should look like. The world teaches obedience, not awakening. But here's the thing. As a chosen one, you were never meant to be controlled. Your mind was wired differently from the beginning. You question what others blindly accept. You seek knowledge beyond what is handed to you. You have an innate ability to see through the illusions that keep others trapped. This is why people in positions of power, whether in society, relationships, or even family, feel uneasy around you. They sense that you cannot be easily manipulated. You do not conform for the sake of fitting in. You do not accept something as truth just because someone in authority says so. And this makes you a threat. Because the moment you wake up, the moment you step into your own power, you inspire others to do the same. And the system? It does not want that. It wants people who comply, not people who think for themselves. This is why you may have noticed that when you express your opinions, some people react with defensiveness or hostility. It's not because you're wrong. It's because your truth challenges their programming. Many people are afraid of waking up. They fear the unknown, the discomfort of questioning everything they've been taught. And when they see you doing just that, it forces them to confront their own fears. But remember this, their fear is not your burden to carry. You are not responsible for making others comfortable at the expense of your own awakening. So keep seeking, keep questioning, keep walking your path, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Because the world doesn't need more people who blindly follow. It needs more people who wake up. It needs more people who refuse to be controlled. And that is exactly why you are here. Have you ever felt like the world tries to suppress your voice? Share your experience in the comments. I guarantee you're not the only one who feels this way. There is something magnetic about you, something that draws people in without you even trying. But with that magnetism comes polarity. People either love you deeply or dislike you intensely, with very little in between. This isn't because of anything you have done. It's because of the energy you carry. You reflect back to people what they are not ready to face within themselves, those who are aligned with truth, growth, and higher consciousness will feel at home in your presence. But those who are still trapped in fear, ego, or deception will feel threatened by your very existence. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how some people instantly feel connected to you, as if they've known you forever? These are the ones who recognize your spirit. They see you beyond the surface, and then there are those who seem to dislike you from the moment they meet you, even though you've done nothing wrong. They can't explain why, but something about you triggers them. That's because your presence disrupts their illusions. You remind them of what they have ignored within themselves. This is why your energy is so powerful. It acts as a mirror. It reveals what is hidden. And for some, that is healing. For others, it is terrifying. But do not take it personally. The love you receive and the hate you experience are both reflections of where people are on their own journey. The ones who hate you do not truly hate you. They hate the part of themselves that is still asleep. They hate that your existence reminds them of their own unhealed wounds. And the ones who love you, they see the same light within themselves, and that is why they feel drawn to you. So do not shrink yourself to avoid judgment. Do not dim your light so that others feel comfortable. You were never meant to be neutral. You were meant to awaken, to inspire, to shake the foundations of falsehood. Let people react how they will. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Have you ever experienced both intense admiration and unexpected hostility? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it, because this is something that many chosen ones go through, and it's time we acknowledge it. One of the most painful yet necessary stages of a chosen one's journey is the isolation phase. This is when you feel completely alone, as if no one understands you. Friendships fade, relationships shift, and suddenly, the people who once felt close to you no longer resonate. It's confusing, painful, and at times unbearable. You may wonder, why is this happening? Why am I losing people instead of gaining support? But the truth is, this is not a punishment. It's a preparation. When you are on the verge of a breakthrough, the universe starts removing anything and anyone that no longer aligns with your higher path. You cannot take everyone with you into your next chapter. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, not a lifetime. And as painful as it is, you must let them go. Because the longer you hold on to what no longer serves you, the more resistance you create in your own growth. The discomfort of isolation is actually an indication that you are shedding old energy, making space for something greater. This phase forces you to go inward, to find strength within yourself instead of seeking validation from others. It's in these moments of solitude that you truly discover who you are. You start hearing your own thoughts clearly, reconnecting with your intuition, and realizing that you never needed external approval to begin with. The world teaches people to fear being alone, but the chosen ones know that solitude is where true power is cultivated. It is where you refine your vision, strengthen your spirit, and prepare for the immense blessings that are on their way. So if you are feeling isolated right now, know that it is not the end. It is the beginning. You are being separated so that you can elevate. You are being prepared for a life beyond the ordinary, a life that requires strength, wisdom, and self-trust. The people who left could not go where you are going, but the ones who are meant for you will find you when the time is right. Stay patient, stay grounded, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. Have you ever experienced a period of intense isolation that later led to a major breakthrough? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's support each other on this journey. Have you ever noticed that even people you haven't seen in years still remember you? That no matter how much time passes, your energy leaves an imprint on those you encounter? This is not a coincidence. It is the essence of being a chosen one. You do not just exist, you impact. Your energy carries a frequency that is rare, powerful, and deeply felt. Even in a crowded room, people notice you. They may not always understand why, but they feel it. This is because you operate on a higher vibrational frequency than most. While many move through life on autopilot, following societal expectations without questioning their path, you live with depth, awareness, and intention. You do not just go through the motions. You bring meaning into everything you do. Whether through a conversation, a kind gesture, or simply your presence, you awaken something in people that they often suppress. You remind them of what it feels like to be truly seen. For this reason, some people will feel deeply connected to you. Even after only a brief interaction, they will remember the way you made them feel, the words you spoke, or even just the energy you carried. And at the same time, there will be those who cannot handle your presence. Your light disrupts their comfort. Your authenticity makes them confront their own masks. Some will be drawn to you, and others will resist you, but none will forget you. This is why you must never dim your light to fit in. You are not meant to blend into the background. You are meant to stand out, to awaken, to inspire. Your presence alone is a reminder to others that there is more to life than what they have been conditioned to accept. So embrace the fact that you leave an impact, because that is exactly what you were meant to do. Have you ever had someone tell you that they've never forgotten you, even after years? Let's talk about it in the comments. Your energy is powerful, and it's time to own it.